So one of the things that sellers really want is to get a pre-approval letter, to know that the buyer on their home is a pre-qualified individual. And that just means that that lender has gone and looked at their bank statements, they've looked at their credit, they've looked at their assets, their debt to income ratio, and things of that nature to make sure that they're a qualified person. But one of the things that actually gets overlooked a lot of times is having that cash to close, having the proof of funds for the down payment and the closing costs necessary, or what's needed at the closing day. And so we actually had a transaction where the buyer had been pre-qualified, their credit was checked, all the different things that are required to be looked at, bank statements, W-2s, all that was looked at. But we didn't know that the buyer didn't actually have the proof of cash to go to closing. They were trying to get a grant for that. And so I think in this scenario, the buyer was going to be putting 5% down. And so they were looking to get a grant for that 5%, and that grant didn't get approved. So this buyer no longer had the ability to buy that home. So it's really, really important to scrutinize those fine details when it comes to financing, especially in this market where rates are a little higher than people want them to be, and people are probably spending a little bit more on housing these days than they were 4 or 5 years ago. And so when you're dealing with things like that, it's important to make sure that that borrower not only is qualified from a financial perspective, but that they have that cash available to close, and that there's some cushion there and they're not threading the needle. So if you have any questions about lending, if you're thinking about selling your home and you need somebody to scrutinize these fine details for you, give us a call. Let us know in the messages below. We'd be happy to help.